Hey, welcome to OMNI REWATCH on the Ben10 podcast on the internet. I'm Ramen, that is my co-host Professor Berg, and the awesome co-host Kaianimations. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Okay, today's episode is it's an interesting one, and is one we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about. So, Berg, can you give us the episode name and also the summary?
Sure, go. Damn it, I just had it. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, we'll cut that part out.
Yeah, no worries.
Come on, you fucker. Okay, we cut this one out. All right, episode 31, Ben Wolf. During a visit to a Navajo village owned by Max's old plumber partner, Wes Green, in Chinle, Arizona, Ben falls in love with Wes's granddaughter, Kai. While a werewolf-like creature appears in a flash of purple lightning, Wes believes it to be the Yaladushi, or Navajo werewolf. It stole and ripped the receiver while... It's like... Okay, that was a bit of a weird sentence there. It stole and ripped the receiver. Wildvine fights the creature, but it bites Wildvine through just before Ben returns to normal. It nearly kills Ben, but he's spared when the werewolf accidentally scratches their omnitrix rather than Ben himself. Afterwards, Ben begins transforming into a werewolf himself, presumably an effect of the bite. However, this group discovers that the werewolf is an alien, and adds its DNA to the omnitrix by scratching it, thus gradually transforming Ben into Blitzwolfer.
Oh yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry, Kyle, you're right. That's a dumbass fucking name.
I like it, but I get it.
I hate it. It's such a bad name.
I'm just like just the way it just sounds. It's like at first you don't think about it. Like then you just say it out loud. And you're like, yeah, this is not a great name.
You just call it Ben. We just call it Ben Wolf or Blitzwolfer, I guess.
Honestly, the thing is this. Blitzwolf just sounds. It's the wolfer that just gets to me. It's like if it was Blitzwolf, I wouldn't mind it too much. It's the wolfer that just gets to it.
Well, technically, they titled the episode Ben Wolves, and I think most people call it Ben Wolf in the fan base. They don't really call it Blitzwolfer. Like, I think it was called Blitzwolfer in Omniverse, wasn't it?
Yeah. So here's what happened. There's a little bit note. Yeah, they're saying the Omnitrix alien abuse. Blitzwolfer note, until Ben10 Omniverse, the alien was known as Ben Wolf. So him being known as Blitzwolfer is a retcon.
Okay, well then, technically, we don't have to go by retcon. We could just still call it Ben Wolf.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I think Omniverse. If we're going by Omniverse retcon, I like Omniverse, but then they really retcon a lot of things. So let's talk about this episode. First impressions on the episode before we get into the nitty gritty. Berg, what do you think about this episode?
Honestly, this episode was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it. I really did have fun with it. I did like the gradual transformation of Ben, where everyone thinks he's this Native American werewolf, and they realize, oh no, he's an alien. And honestly, I do like Ben Wolf. He is a lot of fun as an alien, and I do love the interactions he has with everyone. I actually did like Max's old friend. Like the thing is, most of Max's old plumber friends either have this like they're either memorable or forgettable. And I would like, who was that one fucker? Who was that rich prick who had fucking? He had an underwater.
He had an underwater hotel, didn't he?
Yeah, and then there was other Max's old friend who was a plumber, but he started like scamming people, and then he's now in the fucking alien zone. I can't remember the name of that. And then you have in West 60 East, I can remember West. So overall, it was a nice little addition to Max's past, and I did like it. But then of course now we have we'll get to a certain someone in the room later. She shall not be named for now. But we'll get to her in a moment. There's a certain
with that bitch.
Yeah. We all hate her. I do wanna like bring up.
It's my name, not her.
We'll call her BK. I want to add to what you said, Berg, about like Max's past, because yeah, Max's past friends don't have very good track records. They're either very dumb because they built underwater hotels, which apparently are a thing, but still the way he went about
goddamn rich people.
Yeah, I know, it's so fucking stupid. I don't want to be underwater in a fucking hotel. If I literally would have the constant fear it's gonna flood. It's so stupid.
That's the thing I've always hated, because that's one of the things. Like I hate, like oh, we're gonna have dude. First of all, Do you know how much pressure is in the fucking ocean?
Exactly.
Second of all, so many creatures down there, so many fucking things we don't even know about.
Also, just
imagine
the sickness you get from being underwater for so long. Like,
exactly.
think about it. Long term, like, one, you could still get seasick, even if it's a grounded vessel. Two, you aren't getting nearly as much sunlight, so you're gonna have to take pills while you're down there.
Yeah, you have to.
None of this sounds like fun.
You have to.
No, it doesn't.
When you go back to the surface, I think you have to you have to be repressurized like that. Like being down there for that long could fucking harm your organs. So I don't get the appeal of underwater hotels. So that was
It's just a flex. It's just a flex.
Just
that's
a flex.
all.
And then,
I mean, that's what most billionaires do, unfortunately.
It's so stupid. And then
yeah, it was. Although it occasionally bites them in the butt, like those rich people that tried to see the Titanic.
Oh yeah. Look,
they saw the Titanic. Just the people who died on the Titanic, bro.
I mean, hey, they joined them. That's all that matters in the end.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But
yeah. I think I only felt sorry for one person on that cruise, and that was the son of the one of the bully. Yeah, other than that, I had no sympathy for the others.
Yeah, it's not the underwater city. It's just another one of Max's friends who turned out to be like a slime ball, and he was shady, and he was also trying to convince Ben to turn to his side. So I'm like, at least Max has one good fucking friend. Although
it's technically two.
Oh wait, what's his other one?
I guess you could say three, too. Because, Kevin's dad wasn't even bad. He just died.
Okay.
The third one was Mr. Patalidae, which is, he shares the species as, Ripjaws. And he's seen a lot in Omniverse as his old buddy.
Okay, and the dude from Alien Force, the first episode, isn't he an alien too?
Yeah, so 4. I guess when you look at it, there's, an even number of good and bad. It's just the bad have been given way more focus.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but this is the first time where I'm like, this dude is really cool. I don't think he ever I don't think this dude, Wes, his name is Wes, right?
That's right, his name's Wes.
Okay, he doesn't appear again. I like him. I do.
No, he does appear in Omniverse briefly, too.
Oh, he does? Okay, that's good.
Through a phone, a FaceTime call.
Okay, good. At least Derek J. Wyatt at least put it in there. But, Kai...
Yeah, they also gave him the same eyes as Grandpa Max, those Shazam dot eyes.
I like Omniverse, but I remember seeing Grandpa Max's and his eyes. His eyes were the only thing that bothered the crap out of me, bro. That is it. His eyes were bothering me every time. So when I'm looking at Max, I had to get used to him in Omniverse, but I'm like, I really wish they would have just gave him pupils or something because the eyes keep...
They get those cursed dot eyes.
Yeah, it makes me think that he's like an alien.
You're not even human, bro.
Kai, what's your first impressions of this episode? We're gonna lean way into talking about Kai. So if you want, you're free to helm that charge if you want to do that.
She's gonna say that.
Overall, it's a good episode. There is nothing. It's like where you watch a good movie, and then you stick around for the post-credit scene, and the post-credit scene sets up a movie that came out and then ended up sucking really bad. That's what it feels like. Where it's just oh my god, they foreshadowed the Eternals. That's gonna be that's what it feels like. It's
that's fun.
That's what it feels like. So this episode has a lot of good things going for it. There's the obvious introduction of a new alien and the fact that Ben can even turn into new aliens that he's comes in contact with. It also sets up the Ghost Freak arc where Ghost Freak has a whole plan to take over the world and recruits other aliens from the Anur system.
Oh, is
pretty neat.
Is that what you're saying they're setting up because with the purple lightning? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the purple lightning was that was the whole gimmick with the Ghost Freak arc. Was that there was purple lightning everywhere, and whenever that showed up, it had to do with one of the Anur aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Because Anur is just a part of the Ben10 universe where it's what I call the horror part. So that's where Frankenstrike, Ben Wolf, and Snarrow. All of those like Halloween-ish aliens, they all come from the Inner system.
Yeah, because and I know in Omniverse they did a season where like is it Ben 10 Galactic Monsters or
Galactic Monsters.
Yeah, where they did the season where there's a bunch of monster-like aliens or something. Yeah, so,
Kind of a season. It's more of just like whenever an episode is coming out around Halloween time or was like Halloween themed, they would just slap on that intro.
Okay. Because I like the monsters aliens.
But yeah, so
they're pretty cool.
yeah, I love them too. I'm glad that they all share a universe, and it's kind of cool that they all share a planet on their own, where like they're all like taking up the same space and interacting with each other. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what they were setting up in this, and that's why he was stealing like technology pieces. It sets that up pretty well, and it also just sets up this cool conflict where, and sort of a plot twist where they don't actually know he's an alien, and I think that works kind of well because like there. Especially during this era, whenever there's a Halloween episode and there was a monster, you just believe it's like a monster. You don't really think too much about it. But in a show like Ben 10, you can also go the route of not believing it's a monster. Because like this is, but what people forget is Ben 10 was connected to the Secret Saturdays, which is an entire show about cryptids, and those are never classified to be aliens. Not even in Ben 10, they don't call them aliens. They call them straight up cryptids, which implies that they're just monsters. So like, having it kind of can play a trick on the audience too, because like I could imagine somebody just going like, oh well, it's just a werewolf, but then as Ben turns into it in the dial forms, that's like an entire like plot twist where it's like, oh, it's an alien. Yeah, and it works on both levels, and that's pretty cool.
Will some of the monster aliens in Ben 10, would they be considered cryptids or no? They just are.
No, if they're in the Omnitrix, they're just aliens. Cryptids aren't really like that. It's a really weird gray area, and I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it works.
It works. We're not gonna explain it. Maybe that's for another crew who decides to do a Secret Saturday podcast. That'd be funny though.
That would be. I haven't seen too much of Secret Saturdays. I really need to get around to it.
I gotta rewatch.
Same here. I think I only saw like I barely remember a couple episodes of the Secret Saturdays, only because it's like it aired between back in the day, it aired between Batman Brave and the Bold and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So I
remember seeing like a few episodes and being so confused, and then I saw the Omniverse episode and was even more confused, and I just remember like Ben desperately just wanting to fuck his mom.
I remember trailing off of Secret Saturdays because like Generator X and like Ben 10, because I like Secret Saturdays was fine, but I'm like, I guess as a kid I was just more into like those two shows. It gets confusing. Maybe it's confusing as a kid, but I feel like if you were to rewatch it, it's fine. But Kai, let's I guess let's all talk about the one fucking constant in this episode.
Let's talk about her namesake.
For those who do not know, there is another character in this episode that is introduced along with Grandpa Max's old partner. Her name is Kai, and I don't like her very much. I hate that I share a name with this person. Yeah, overall, the reason she's very contentious among the fandom because like of a few key things, but overall in this episode she's okay. She doesn't do much until the very last minute, because the entire episode Ben is crushing pretty hard on this girl, and then at the very last minute she basically like dehumanizes Ben to like a serious degree, and I think Ben should have reacted way more like negatively towards this, because it has been shown so often that Ben sees his like transformations as a part of him, and just seeing that Ben was so happy to get a new transformation, I always take that as like him thinking that he's growing as a person because he's getting another transformation. Yeah. They're all part of him, and losing that a part of that is detrimental to him. He lost feedback and was so like racked with grief and anger over that day and hoping he could take it back. And then they dedicate a whole arc to that. So yeah, Ben values his transformations because he values himself. And Kai basically like devalues him as a person by going like, oh, I only really like this transformation from you, saying that she doesn't really care for him as a person. Like she only cares about one piece of him and not the whole. And I feel like he deserved to be more angry about that. Gwen does stand up for him, and that's nice, but she just dehumanizes him, going like, oh yeah, I really only like this part of you, I only like this alien. and I wanted to train you and pet you like a dog.
I'm sorry. I'm so gracious. Like, that kind of reminds me like the scene from Omni Man at the season finale, season 1 finale of
more like a pet.
Yeah, that's it's like she's talking to Ken one of these days. It's like 20, 30 years in the future, or maybe 40s. My mom, don't you love Dad? It's like, I do love your father, but I love him more like a pet.
I gotta make a meme.
He's more like a dog.
I gotta make a meme.
They should.
Berg, I gotta make a.
Oh my god!
Berg, damn it! That's a.
They really should, but it's just a weird level of dehumanization, and then along with just Kai doesn't. We're gonna call her BK, as in bitchy Kai. Because this is like the bitchiest thing she could have done, is that like Gwen calls her out on this and goes like, yeah, that's a really messed up thing to say to my cousin. And then she doesn't show remorse or care. She just goes like, whatever, and then just walks away.
Gwen was
and that's kind of shitty.
Gwen was gonna
like, what the fuck?
Look,
it's like kid show. Gwen calls her out on it and goes like, hey, what you did was not right, and you should feel bad about it. And then she just goes like, whatever, and walks away. And like that, the thing is that from this comes kind of out of left field, because like Kai seemed to be an okay character, and Gwen seemed all right with her, and Ben honestly really wanted to like find a connection with her by going like, hey, yeah, the summer's pretty long, maybe I could come back and see you sometime, which he never does with any of the other like one-off characters we see in episodes. So that would have been a cool thing to see, but she then did that, and that kind of fucks
up. She had to fuck it up. It's like well, you see, I only like you because you're dog form. Oh my god, dude! Like it's like, I'm sorry, but like, dude, come on.
That bothers me
because what the fuck?
I'm like, yeah, he's slowly transforming into like, Ben Wolf, into this like wolf. But he is still conscious and still aware of who he is. That's the whole point of like Ben's aliens. Like, he still has some level of consciousness. So to just say I can train you, I'm like, he's not fully stupid, He's not a dumbass. He's not.
Contrary to what Gwen says about him, but that's the thing.
Stupid,
it's like,
but he's stupid in the way, like, but like when he's in that form, he's still Ben. He's not somebody you can train, and like, so even when he was like mid transforming, like what makes her think that she was able to train him? He's still fully a human. He's not,
he's still sentient. He still has a.
Yeah,
he's not really like Ben's transformations don't really change him as a person. They just change his body.
Yeah, so just make that comment bother him. Like, you were gonna train him, like, that makes no sense, because you've seen Ben transform to all of his aliens. Wait, she even saw him transform into one of his aliens before. When he transformed into Cannonball, she saw him transform into Cannonball.
Well, it's not that she doesn't understand Berg. It's more she just doesn't care. Like, she very literally doesn't care for the rest of the aliens. And just goes like, I just like...
What?
That's so
what
stupid.
A cunt, dude.
It's so stupid, because what makes you think if you were able to train, you were going to... Like, he turned into Cannonball right in front of you. You were not going to train that at all. Like...
No, Cannonball is untrainable, dude.
Like, you can't.
But no, she was. Well, that's what I'm saying, Ramen. Is that it's not like she didn't understand what he was capable of and stuff. It was when she thought he was just gonna be a permanent like werewolf. She got infatuated with that idea, and that's kind of fucked up.
It really is.
It's so fucking stupid, because it's still him.
Like, Ben's over here fearing for his life, thinking that he might be stuck as like a fucking dog. Like, as a werewolf for the rest of his life. And then she's over here like, I can't wait. I'm gonna buy you a leash. Like, what the fuck?
You're trapping a human in a cage. Well, I'm gonna train you like a dog. Like, she's not beating, like, the allegations. I honestly don't see why anybody would think they make a great couple. And I don't care if it's fucking canon. Like, yeah, they get, like, a cool son out of it. I think it's the worst pairing in the world.
And then when they try, it feels very forced in Omniverse, because to a degree it literally is. Ken, like, actively, because he's afraid that he might undo his existence by having them not end up together, he starts kind of, like, putting them in scenarios to force them together.
I love.
And it's
I love
really
that Ken's
weird.
I love. I think that's funny though. It's like Ken's like my parents don't. My parents really shouldn't be together. But if they don't get together, I won't exist. And that's kind of a time paradox for him. So it's like,
I guess it's the thing is that maybe they're not good when they're like kids, when they're young, but I feel like they'd be a better pairing when they're more older. But like as of now, like
Nah, they act the same. Even like in the clips we see in the future, they act the same. Their whole relationship is built on arguing with one another, because that's what all they do when they're being like paired together in Omniverse is they're bickering back and forth, and then like it's just teasing and arguing all the time. Where like Ben, once he finds out that they're like going to be together in the future, he goes like, "Okay, later, Mrs. Tennyson," and then she yells at him. And then in the future, when we see them together, we don't see that many cute moments with them. Like literally, we see they're chasing after a bad guy. Ben is punching open a door as a mix of Humongousaur and Goop, which is like the dumbest combination.
What the fuck?
And then, like, as he's punching it, she goes like, "Oh my god, let me do it," and she cuts through the door with her sword. And then Ben's like, "A couple punches and I could have got that open," and she's like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. Now go punch him instead." And that, like, none of that screams love. It's just like arguing all the time.
I think that is the reason why this couple. It's like I think like Kai is such an unpopular character in the fan base, because if it was like if this was just like a one-off thing, like if she just said like whatever, but in the future she matured, she realized that, hey, I was a total fucking bitch to you, I'm sorry, I want to get to know the real you, I feel like that would have helped a lot. I feel like okay, that's character
really
growth.
Would've.
But instead, it's to keep her, to kind of keep her the same and make it worse. It's like, okay, there's a reason why people
doubles
hate her.
down on the fact that his transformations are different people. She was like, I was talking to Ball Weevil. I wasn't talking to you, Ben. Get it right. Like, what the fuck?
I wish Azimuth was just there to just tell her, bitch, he's literally the same person. Stop treating them like they're separate. The aliens are separate fucking beings from him. This ain't like I can't think of a Marvel character that has like that ability to transform into another person. What'd you say?
Moon Knight would be the best equivalent, because they're different personalities and they kind of have different abilities and skills.
Maybe Moon Knight. Yeah, that's like, but like no, Ben's still Ben. Like, I like I'm gonna clip it for the thing, but when we were watching the episode, and I think midway through, we're like, okay, so she doesn't really do anything egregious, because again, I forgot a lot of these episodes because I haven't watched them since I was a kid. But I think midway when we were watching them, I was like, yo, she's not bad. She doesn't really do anything in this episode. And then I was like, oh man, I just remembered the shit she just says towards the end. And I remember, I was like, here we go. I'm like, never mind, she sucks.
Yeah, no, fuck her for real, dude. She, like, honestly, it's like, she was just terrible, dude. I think this is what really, like, I was trying to that was terrible.
Of the doubt because she didn't do
I think a lot of people were, because it's just, I mean, a lot of people, I think we were, because again, it's been actually, I think Kai should know, because you tend to do a rewatch of these things, so
I think it was
better.
I knew from the start.
I think it's better for
I think she wanted us to wait. Like, it's like, I think she's not that bad. I'm gonna let you guys figure this out on your own.
It was good.
Basically, I was letting it. I saw it, and then I was just like,
let him figure it out.
It's like, and then, she's like thinking, like, it's like, should I tell him? Now I'll let him wait. Like,
it's just like, should I leave it alone? Should I let it be? No, I say let's make it bigger.
Because
it's like, should I? Now we got 10 minutes left of the episode. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, because in the episode,
yeah, it's like give it time.
I'll do a little bit of a mini breakdown, but like Ben gets like sort of scratched by you know, I have it written down, the Laboan, the alien species, and like, you know, he slowly transformed to, you know, into Ben Wolf, you know, a la Wolf, Teen Wolf, or whatever you want to fucking call it, and she's fine for the most part, like even when she, you know, Ben was saving her, but then there's like this like thing towards like where you're like, oh, she doesn't really do anything in this episode because she doesn't do anything memorable. It's just a bunch of like how do we stop this alien? Like that's pretty much the episode. It's still a good episode, but it's pretty much how do we stop this alien? Let's use they're using folklore to pretty much stop the alien, which doesn't work because, as we said, it's an alien. It's not, you know.
I did like that twist, so that was a good.
It
twist.
was a good twist. It was a good twist because.
And actually, I'm sorry, Ramen. I just realized something. Ben saved her fucking life as a human. Yep. Like, okay, so
when the watch
so let's give some clarity for people. So, okay, in the very early beginning, there's like a flash flood, and it's swoops up Kai, and at first, Ben's about to turn into Ripjaws, which I don't know, that would have been so funny if that was the case, but he's like, for some reason the watch is not working, so it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And he fucking this is a 10-year-old kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Fucking doing all these moves, jumping around, and trying to save this girl from fucking certain death. I'm not saying she becomes his girlfriend after that. I'm just saying, like, from the first moment they met, he showed that, hey, I'm capable of this stuff.
Yeah, like he literally saved her fucking life. Like, as Burke said, like, even without and Ben has proven, even without his watch, he is fully capable. Like, when he's like escaping the null void to get his Omnitrix, like, he doesn't have the Omnitrix. He's like literally jumping over rocks and fucking jumping over Kevin. And
that's right, he does do that.
And he makes it. And
Ben is a very capable, like, child for everything his experience. It's basically, my guess is just because of how much combat experience he gets as an alien, that carries over a lot to him as a human.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, every alien.
It's not like that he gets superpowers or none. It's literally just the practical techniques.
Yeah, like, so like
jumping around and stuff.
every alien like move or anything the aliens do, like, he kind of applies it to himself, and he kind of applies to himself. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, but that actually is pretty cool. I guess that's a skill set that he has. Like, yeah, he is pretty good.
Because to a degree, he is moving with his normal body at the same time. Because, like, we see how his body translates to his, like, alien forms a lot. Where, like, when he de-transforms, he'll be in, like, a similar position. Or, like, one example that's really weird is that when he's Stinkfly and then Ben 10,000 like wraps a pipe around him to hold him down, we see that literally, like, when he de-transforms, Ben's foot is stuck, meaning that, like, Stinkfly's stinger is applied to his left foot for some reason. Muscle-wise. Oh. It's really weird.
Man, where's that in the Kuro ink tank breakdowns? Did they ever make a theory on that? Like,
I only noticed that because of that.
It's
breakdown,
a real. It's real. No, we're the.
I like a lot of ink tanks breakdowns, but I watched the first one all the way through. I'm not a fan of the fact that they do, like, fast breakdowns for a lot of episodes. Yeah. So that's where I kind of fell off. Like, Kuro, he did, especially for Omniverse, because it. Like, I understand, oh yeah, you could do, like, shorter breakdowns for ones that don't have as much plot relevance, but it does lead to, like, missing out on a lot of things I would have loved his opinion on. Mainly, like, Esther's introduction episode is relegated to a short breakdown instead of a full-length one, and that kind of bothered me. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on there you could have talked about, but sadly, no. Nothing.
I guess I stopped watching the breakdowns, but I do like that. I do like that what you said, Kai, because I honestly, I really do. Like, Ben, like, uses, like, some of the skills he learns from his alien and he applies it to himself. Yeah, it is a really good thing. It is really cool. Yeah, like, I don't understand from the very jump, Kai just sucks. Or Bitchy Kai, she fucking sucks, dude. Like, because I'm like, that's the kind of shit you're gonna give when a dude literally saves you. Is that how you're gonna fucking act when he saves you? Like, come on, man. And Ben doesn't really do anything egregious in this episode. No, he's fucking dealing with the fact that he may or may not be able to transform back. That's pretty much it.
You know the thing. You know what's funny, because it's so funny because it's like when Ben's turning into, like, when he's turning into this, what was it, Lobo? What was it? Lobo something? It was like, what was
Lobo.
Thank you. look, when he's turned into his LeBron form, he actually annoys Kai even more because, like, he's like he's feral eating, he's digging, he gets her dirty and shit. So you would think, hey,
there'd be like less of an appeal.
Actually, I'm confused. Like, what the fuck is the? First of all, he is based on your fucking people's like version of a fucking monster, which I'm just saying. It's
And
like
then
even
also, there's also the fact that they do a joke twice of how like him being a Loboan is actively like annoying to her, where like he eats his food really messily and it covers her in food, and then he goes and like digs a hole in the desert floor and covers her in dirt. So it's just like, what about this is appealing? Do you just want to be covered like in gross stuff? What the fuck? Like none of this looks like, and she looked annoyed every time. So like, I don't understand what she was so infatuated with because
she showed no interest in his Loboan form. So yeah, you're right. She showed no interest in his Loboan form.
Like if we had seen her like petting him or like as a joke playing fetch with him or something, like that would have answered. Like that would have at least applied to what she said. But no, she seems nothing but like annoyed and ticked off with the fact that he's like transformed into this. Because she's like, great, now you're making a mess everywhere and covered me in eggs and milk.
I think.
Oh great, now you covered me in dirt too.
I think that's another reason why people hate this character, because that reveal she just likes him as the Wolf Lord just came out of fucking nowhere. So I think that's another reason why.
That's what I mean. It feels like a post-credit scene that amounts to a really shitty movie.
I really think the writer should have at least wrote that ending a little better, because it just makes your character, makes your one-off. It makes, because they didn't even. I feel like they thought it was just going to be a one-off character, but it ended up not becoming, and because it did not become a one-off character, and now it's in Omniverse. Now it like you have now the fan base, because of that weird ass comment that the character made in that first introduction. It makes that character hateable, and even when the character's in Omniverse, there's still no reason why we should like her, because even when he was in his like Loboan form, she still didn't like him. The comment just does come off fucking weird.
The way I see it, if they really needed to find a way to write her off, simply they wanted to keep all the scenes that they had, literally just have her say, sorry, I don't know if I can really deal with all of this alien stuff all the time. Because Ben literally says to her, oh yeah, we basically deal with this all the time, all summer long, as like a flex, but she could have taken that as a danger sign. Like, I just don't think I'm capable of dealing with this sort of alien stuff like you guys are. Like, honestly, that would have been the best way to push him off, and it would show Ben that like him and his heroism does have consequences that it will make some people just not want to be around him. Because
honestly, I think that is a better way alternative, because it's like, because it's more relatable, because I've been in a situation before, not in like the I'm gonna tell you a personal story. So I one time stopped a mugging outside of my house. I actually did. There was actually a mugging, and the guy got away. So we kind of used my phone to track the phone of the person. The guy got we used the cops and managed to help find it, and we got the guy. Then one of the cops was like, "Hey, you're not doing anything at the moment. You should join the force." And I'm like, "Look, this is too much excitement for me. I'm not becoming." So it's like, so that is just basically like, yeah, it's more relatable, because I'm like, dude, this shit is fucked. I'm not risking my life for this stuff, okay?
Exactly. And that would have been the perfect way to go about it. And it's a way to write her off, but if they ever want to bring her back, just have her, like, literally because she does take on a profession as an adventurer, like, as a relic finder, a historical relic adventure type. So then when they meet again, Ben would be like, oh, I thought you weren't into this stuff. And then she's like, that was years ago, silly. And that's the easiest way to write it off.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so simple. Like, you can just do it. Like, again, you could just, there's so many ways you could have just made it more likable. But now he's like, nah, let's just make it. let's just make it the biggest cunt in the world, dude.
Yeah, because I'm like,
It's like, wow, Kai coming up with a good plot line that makes sense in world and in as a writing device. Crazy.
it would have been
I've
like,
never done that
because
before.
Kai, it would have like made the character at least relatable and least likable. Instead, we have a comment where like, because Alien Force, there's so much space between before Omniverse comes out. I'm like, and I stuck with Ben10 when I was a kid, and I watched all the way through because again, everything is a continuation. Even like the bad episodes, you gotta sit through and watch. I'm like, and I watched all the way to Omniverse, and I finished Omniverse. I'm like, so when Kai is finally brought in, I'm like, now you have to remember back to the comment she made in this episode, which already ruins her character. So it's like, I feel like the writers themselves or like somebody forgot that comment was made, and they just said, let's put them together. There's so many options. There's so many people that you could pair Ben with that would make a pairing and a couple. I mean, I don't like Julie as much, but like that would have been okay at least. Esther would have been okay.
I mean, there's a reason why Julie. Man, I know you guys don't like Julie as much, but there's a reason why she's very popular in the fan base. So it's like
yeah, I like Julie. Ben fucks it up himself, but like Julie's okay. Like she's not even Esther. I can't name any more other Ben 10 girls because then there's that weird episode where they bring all those girls that like Ben or had a crush on Ben. Is that an episode in Omniverse where they all fight in an arena?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they all fight in some weird ass arena. It's weird, but like
yeah. What do you mean for Omniverse arena?
There's an episode in Omniverse where like didn't they bring all of like Julie and Esther and like some of the girls that
it wasn't an arena, it was a game show.
Oh, it was a game show. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they
yeah, that episode, it's yummy. It's a really weird episode that I really like don't jive with.
Why
even the title sounds creepy as fuck.
What the fuck name?
Yeah, it's because it has like this weird alien too that like his whole gimmick is that he feeds off of
drama.
What's it called? He feeds off of like attention and entertainment, and Loki just gives him godlike powers.
I mean, that just sounds like a YouTuber, man. Like, that's just sound.
I mean,
it gives him actual Mixus Pitalik level reality bending fucking powers. And the way he's beaten is that like he's put in like this sort of mind prison hell where, and this Loki, it's all Ben. They're like, "What did you do to him, Ben?" And Ben's just like, "Oh, I just put him with the most boring person I know." And it's just Rook babbling on about his lifestyle at his home planet.
Hey, I'll listen to Rook anytime. Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta tell you some things about Chloe 13 when we're done.
Okay.
Of course.
Let's anybody got more shit to talk about this to Kai, bitchy Kai, whatever the fuck her name is.
BK.
Not really. I feel like I basically said my piece at the beginning, so now this is y'all just like telling you your opinions.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like it's the same thing. I do agree. Like if there was that one, if this all could have been avoided, if she just said, instead of saying like "I see you as a pet," instead of more like, "Hey, look, dude, Ben, you are an awesome guy, but I am not. But this alien shit's really fucked, dude. I cannot. I like living in the I cannot deal with this shit, my dude. But you have fun and shit."
Yeah.
Like that alone would have just made things a little bit more redeemable, but now they just had to. And the fact that she does not mature in Omniverse only just kind of makes things even worse.
You know what?
So at this point, it's like I don't see why this character was made. Like, I don't mind Ben having having because like, he's a 10-year-old kid. That's when he's gonna start liking girls, guys, depending on you, but basically he's gonna start liking people. Like he's gonna start liking people like Ben. So, but. This was don't get me wrong, this episode was great. I still love it very much, but that ending right there,
I think
that was just a big fuck you right there, dude.
Yeah, thank God for Gwen sticking up for Ben. I don't think Grandpa Max, I don't even think we can I think he was there and he was like, But
And Max was there. Like
it was there.
I mean, to be fair, the last episode was Max heavy as fucking Santa Claus. So honestly, I feel like he needs some time off, like after being kidnapped by a fucking by a deranged delusional elf.
Yeah, that would. I still think that episode.
Poor Max, man. He goes through so much in the series.
I still think that episode's pretty fucked, but like, so yeah, you're right.
It's child kidnapping. What do you expect?
This one just, I guess the writers were inspired by Teen Wolf. It has to be they were inspired by fucking Teen Wolf, bro. I only know of it from like clips I've seen where like the kid transforms into like the wolf, but like. That's pretty much it. Somebody was very wolf heavy in the writers' room.
The actor from Teen Wolf portrays Ben in the live action movie, so I can't think it's that far out.
What?
Yeah.
This is the first time
You didn't know that? Yeah, the actor for Alien Storm, he was in Teen Wolf. I believe he plays a sheriff.
Now I gotta.
Yeah, Ryan Kelly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ryan Kelly in Teen Wolf. It's like one of his most popular roles. In Teen Wolf, he's Deputy Jordan Parrish.
My god, he even has a cool ass name. Okay, Kai, I'm definitely not gonna have to.
I really like Ryan Kelly.
I like him.
He was like my crush growing up.
I'll do it. Yeah, when we get to the Alien, I think it makes sense before we transition into after season 1 Alien Force, or we should.
Wait, there was a new Teen Wolf movie in 2023. What the fuck?
Well, I didn't know there was a new Teen.
And it had Superman in it.
David Cornsweet.
No, Tyler Hoechlin, the one from the CW Superman and Lois Superman.
Ah, okay.
And Lois.
What?
That is pretty cool.
Super shit. You know I hate that hashtag so much.
Hashtag. Okay, we're gonna start our own hashtag, and I'm probably gonna put it in the chat. Hashtag Bitchy Kai.
Bitch Kai.
Not you, Kai.
Can't wait to get tagged in that.
I'm sorry. Hashtag Kai loves wolves. It's
hashtag my Kai's better.
Hashtag our Kai is way better.
Indeed.
Let's talk about
it ain't a high bar.
Let's talk about Alien MVP. So there's I tracked them down. There's Wildvine. There's Cannonbolt, and then there's
Ben Wolf.
And then there's Ben Wolf. Which alien? Can we really count Ben Wolf? Really, like, because this was also the first episode where they did the scanning. Can we really count him as? He had good action scenes, correct? Right?
I mean, yeah, he did. Like, here's the thing: just because it's like, like I said, we gave Cannonball the MVP during his debut episode, so I don't see why we had to make it a thing. Like, yeah, no, Ben really does hold his own against the I'm sorry, I know it's LeBeau.
Just call him LeBeauan, yeah, because I know.
The LeBeauan. And he's basically.
I like how we went through so much trouble to find out what to call it because we couldn't pronounce his like Native American name, and then we were struggling with this.
And then Lucy, and it's like, dude, we're just like, and it's like, oh, we'll just call him LeBeauan. And basically, his fight with them it was actually pretty good. So I'm not gonna go there. And the fact the fact the accent is very helpful. The only reason that he just kind of timed out was because, again, he is Omnitrix find out, so we kind of went back. But honestly, I say he did good. Though that being said, Cannonball does, of course, when the Cannonball does appear, he always steals the show. And I'm just gonna say, Wildfire was also pretty good again. You have to realize, Ben, for all his 3 fights with the LeBeauan, he handles himself like when he's Wildfire, he saves Max and West, and then he just he literally just takes the LeBeauan down on the ground, just drags him through it. So it's like
he dominates all 3 fights. Correct.
Exactly. The only reason he got limited is because of his timer.
That timer fucked him when he was Wildfire, bro. He could have fucking died. And then the one time where he tried
literally gets dragged through the floor and then suddenly, okay, you're done. Bump.
Yeah, so honestly, I would say all the aliens, this is one of those cases where it's kind of hard for me to find an MVP because it's like all the aliens actually do pretty good in this episode.
Okay, I'm going to agree with that one. I think all the aliens are really good. I'm actually with you on that one. What about you, Kai?
MVP. Although all the aliens do really good, I'd probably put Ben Wolf as the top just because he's the main focus. And Ben Wolf has always been like one of my favorite aliens. I hate his Omniverse name, but I've always loved the design and the proportions. It's such a cool concept to have. Oh yeah, all these mythical creatures that you know of. Yeah, they're real, but not in the way you think they are. And like they're different enough to come off as aliens. Like the four hinge jaw where like flowers open is super cool and that it shoots out sound waves. Pretty cool overall. And that goes for like all the Anura aliens. They're all really cool. And one thing I always agree on is that I love the original designs the most is because the Omniverse ones just lean into the gimmicks of what they're supposed to be, while the original series ones are like, it leaves room for where it's like, okay, I can see how this inspired this. With like mummies, like Snarrow doesn't look completely like a mummy and in proportions and stuff. And it's kind of messy, so it's like, okay, I can see how Egyptians took this and then like created the concept of mummification. You know, but in Omniverse they just lean into, okay, it's just a mummy, so it looks like really clean and it's really weird.
Yeah.
So like the face piece is so prominent, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I like all the monster aliens too. This is like this must be I think this is the only alien where Ben had like side effects, or like I guess he had like stages of transforming. I kind of like this episode because like we see him go through these stages. They're really quick because again, it's 30 minutes, so they have to make them really quick. But like there's 3 stages that Ben goes through. It's like, I guess, I don't know how would you categorize them, but like I do like that this is the first time we've seen Ben go through side effects, like transforming into a full alien. Which, again, Kai, quote unquote, BG Kai could control. You know, he's going through side effects. You can't control that. He's fucking.
I'm sorry. That's so creepy in a way. That's so kind of creepy when you think about it. Just like
pretty much.
It's a really weird thing for a child to say. Yeah,
I'm gonna control a full.
It's just a really weird.
I'm gonna control a full-on wolf. You know, that may work in like other animes and like maybe like shows like Bakugan where kids can control dragons. I did that for you, Kai. Kids can control dragons with like balls and stuff like that. But this ain't a dragon and a ball. This is a kid turning into a wolf. It's weird in a way.
It's a really weird thing.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. What do you guys, 1 out of 10, what do you want to rate this episode? Kai, you go first.
7 out of 10. I'll give it.
Huh, 7, huh?
I feel like Kai, it was 8, but then you remember the comment. You remember the
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, if without the comment it would probably be 8, because like I do really like this episode. It's just that one comment drags it so far down.
Yeah.
Honestly, I agree with that. I agree, actually. Like, that's the thing. Like, I do agree with that. It's basically like this episode was very good, and it's just like, and I was gonna give it a higher, but I do agree that Kai, like Bitch Kai's last comments were just like really just kind of, even I know some people say like, well, she's 10 years old. I'm like, dude, for a 10-year-old, that's fucking creepy as fuck. I'm sorry, dude. No, we're not.
Weird.
Yeah. So would you give it a 7? Or
no, yeah, I would give it a 7. Like, it's very good, but that ending really kind of I think the episode really shot itself in the foot with that ending.
Yeah, I'm gonna also give it.
Right.
I don't know what else I can give it because I don't want to give it lower than like a 7 because I'd be like, I'm also gonna give it a 7 too. And that comment not only kind of fucks up the episode because it's by far a perfect episode all the way through. But that comment kind of also recontextualizes a lot of things in this episode, and it also kind of fucks up a lot of things in Omniverse. If this character was a one-off character, I'd be like, oh, that she's a bitch. She's never gonna come back again. But the fact is that she comes back and she's still the worst fucking character in Omniverse. Really pisses me off because if you're gonna debut a character, and I know they wrote it as a one-off character, but I really wish they could have found some other character to replace her with, but like, if they when they wrote her as a one-off character, you could have at least rewrote it to not make her sound very, in a way, like she wanted to keep Ben as a pet. That's how I see it now when I watch this episode, is that she wants Ben as a pet. And that's really weird, man. It's yeah. It not only it's a comment that recontextualizes a lot of Omniverse when she's introduced, and it recontextualizes this episode. And it leaves a weird taste in your mouth for the character.
Yeah, it taints any promise she has of being a good character, especially because that characterization just carries into her in the like Omniverse series.
I wonder if
Ben doesn't have any good love interests in my opinion. Julie is like just the bare minimum. That's why people love Julie, is because she's like the bare minimum of what love interest could be for him.
You're right, because even in Alien Force, I think Julie and Ben had they were strong.
They don't really have too much chemistry. Like, we don't really know what they do to spend time together aside from him going to her games and her going to his movies. Yeah, to like the movies that only he likes and she finds stupid as fuck.
Yeah, Ben fumbles. Ben fumbles the whole ass relationship. It is like that though.
It's just we don't really see them like what their interests. They seem to have like very little in common. So it's like, why are y'all dating?
Yeah. I mean, they're teenagers. So of course, like the first, I get it, like that's not going to work out for film, especially since again they're both like 16 years old. So of course they're not gonna. The first love's not gonna be right.
Technically, this was.
And then his second relationship isn't great either. It's just with Esther. It's like an on and off, and Ben honestly pushes her away so much.
Technically, this was.
And then, like, when he seems more ready to move on and, like, into the next level of their relationship, she's just like, actually, I'm fucking this dude, right? This motorcycle dude. Oh my god. Berg, do you know who Esther ends up with? I forgot. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be a reference to Lobo.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my
she
god.
Ends up with Lobo, they made like a.
Bro, she ends up with the main man, dude.
It's funny because Rook in Omniverse has better game than Ben, and like Rook is like not really. I think he's like and he's an alien, which is really funny. But I'm like, Rook has more game than Ben. Like Rook actually has a girl in an Omniverse, which is pretty fucking cool. And
damn, Rook
he ends up with Antonio. Otherwise, which is a weird thing because Antonio is also the person that was dating Ben's other cousin.
Damn, I also I get a mixture of Lobo and Wolverine vibes from him. Maybe a bit of Sabretooth from.
It's a mix of both, but it's just weird that what's it called? That this person also dated one of Ben's cousins. It's kind of weird.
Damn. This guy can also be played by Jason Momoa. I'm just saying.
Probably.
A Ben10 on
Jason Momoa. Yeah, I can see it. Did you hear he shaved his beard? Actually, it looks really weird.
I know
it does.
He probably is doing he's Lobo for Supergirl movie. Let's end this podcast and we can keep talking. With that, thank you guys for joining us for this episode of OMNI REWATCH. I actually thought this was actually a really good one. I actually really had a lot. It's really fun to have a bad character on a show to just shit on. I think that's where the best material comes from.
Yeah,
usually I'm the one doing all the hating. It's great. I finally feel welcome.
For once, we will all hate together.
We became.
If I could put hate in a bottle.
That's funny. What the fuck? We all became a united force. That's right.
Against this one bitch, dude.
With that, don't forget, you guys can watch the podcast version of this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch us live react to this on TikTok, on the OMNI REWATCH TikTok, where you can see our live reaction of us actually watching this episode. That's right. There's going to be clips of us actually reacting to this episode in real time, which is really funny. So you can see that. With that, this has been OMNI Rewatch. You guys have a good night.